Now we have the importance of making an investment. What are the importance of making an investment? What is the reason why this investment is much talked about, okay, these days? There are many reasons behind it. What are the reasons for which we are talking about making an investment and seeing its your principal amount grow in its value, right? So these are some of the reasons. A larger expectancy or planning for retirement. So here the lifespan of the people these days are growing because with the advent of or with the development of science, what is happening is there is a longevity for the life of the people. Now, as long as they live, naturally their financial requirements they need to meet. So what they do is they start planning early. Now, after 60 years now, as I live for 80 years time, now how do I manage my financial needs? People have started thinking about it. And now they have started making an investment. So as the life expectancy of the people has increased, earlier before days, the life expectancy was 65, 60, 65. Now with the growth in the science, more medicines were found out for various diseases. Naturally, the expectancy of the life of the people has increased, and people have started planning now how I can manage my financial needs in the years to come. So this made them to think about investment. Where do I invest? I should invest in bank, or I have to invest in some mutual funds, or should I make an investment in shares, or should I make an investment in real estate, or there is some investment alternative of making an investment in gold. People have started thinking about where I can invest. Now they also making an assessment. Okay, if I invest in shares, what is that expected returns which I am going to get for 5 years time, 10 years time? So they go back and check in 10 years, 20 years time, they take past record, past history of investment in shares. They go back and check. So during these 10 years, 20 years tenure of investment in shares, how much return the investors have got. Now, what is that expected returns for me as I invest and hold it for another 10 years time? So they are making an assessment. A lot of research firms are also there. Now they are helping the people. A lot of consultancies are also there these days. They are helping the people by providing some good data relating to which is best investment for them and where they can invest. There are about financial advisors who advise, okay, on as far as the personal finance is concerned, to the investors where they can invest. What is the wise way of making an investment? So this is how the investment world has evolved over the period. So one reason is I tell you that the longer the life expectancy of the people, naturally the people plan to make an investment. One reason of one importance of growing the investment these days. So increasing rates of taxation, tax rates over the period has increased. Who is going to levy these tax rates? Government. So government impose the tax rates, government levy the tax rates, and now the people, as the tax rates has got increased, the people have started thinking about now how can I safeguard my earnings? How can I see that by not paying the taxes to the government? The best route for them is to make an investment. They should think about where I have to make an investment. Okay. So there are various investment avenues are there to the people. Now the people have started thinking about so which avenue helps them to see that not pay the taxes. So this is the other reason. Tax rates have increased. And to evade the tax or to see that they did not pay taxes, naturally people are thinking about investment. This is second reason. Next, higher interest rates. Higher interest rates is one reason why the people are thinking about okay investment. So the higher interest rates are I say that in this way, the interest rates that is being paid by on our deposits by the banks that also has increased over the period. Now these days they are paying because the RBI has adjusted the interest repo rates, reverse repo rates, and on our deposits, banks are paying just 4 to 5% interest. But usually earlier before, the interest rates were also very high on our deposits, which the banks used to pay to us 6%, 6.25%. Now, when it comes to investment, people are thinking about I need more than what is being paid by the banks. So they have that made them people think about where is the sources for me to make investment. Okay, so higher interest rates also made people to think about higher, higher, what is that, investments, right? In the other scenario, you should also think like this. Suppose I borrow some money from the bank. Okay, so this money which I have borrowed, this is not for my personal consumption. I want to invest in some other investment alternatives. I borrow it for 4 to 5%. Now, when it comes to investment, I should manage to see that I get more return than the 4 to 5%. So this is how the people have started thinking about where I can invest so that my returns grows grows more than 4 or 5%, which I need to suppose to pay to the banks. So this is one point which we need to consider when it comes to the importance of investment. Next is higher rates of inflation. I told you inflation is increasing the money supply in the country and decreasing the value of money. Once again, inflation is increasing the money supply of the country and decreasing the value of money. The rupee value over the period, it starts decreasing, right? So you need to pay more amount of money for the goods in order to get in order to get the same amount of goods or same number of goods over the periods to come. Now, inflation is hovering around 5 to 6%, 5 to 7% in India, whereas in some other countries do not believe inflation rates is very, very high level. We are very fortunate enough. We are very fortunate that people in India, they have an inflation or they experience an inflation of moderate inflation, 5 to 6%. In fact, 4 to 5% inflation is acceptable. This is also very healthy for the growth of the economy. Okay, if inflation levels increases, naturally RBI steps in immediately and it will adjust the repo rates and reverse repo rates through its interim monetary policy. Now, let us come back here. Inflation levels in a country has to be manageable. If they and your investment, how it has to be is it has to beat the inflation. Then we say that our real rate of return, which is adjusted to inflation, our real rate of return is the return which is adjusted to inflation. It has to be positive, right? So higher inflation makes us think about where to make an investment. We are now thinking about an investment which gives or which beats an inflation. Okay, this is one reason why there is a growing importance of investment these days. And the larger incomes, people at 30s also they are earning 5-digit salaries, 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh. This amount which they earn now, naturally what they do, they think about where I can invest this money. So this larger incomes of the people are making them to think about what are the various avenues for investment. They're thinking about where I can invest, whether I can invest in stocks, I can invest in land, or I can invest in gold. So this make the people think about the investment alternatives and which gives their expected rate of return. And as a result, they are making a investment. Some people who do not have an idea about it, they take even the help of professionals. Financial advisors will be there. Some consultancy firms will also there in this area. They also act as a financial advisors. They help them realize that yes, this is better for you. Invest here. This is better for you. As per your income levels, this is better for you. Invest here. There are certain service organizations which are into this particular area. Now, availability of complex number of investment alternatives. Now, as the days passes, now we have so many types of investment alternatives, derivatives, financial derivative, bit complex to understand, bit complex to know. What is this mechanism of investing in derivative? You can also invest in commodities. You can also invest in some other investment alternatives, cryptos. You can invest. Now, what are these investment alternatives? With the growing needs of the people, with the growing income of the people, new investment alternatives are evolving. These investment alternatives, you should have an idea about it. You should have an idea about what is the risk of investment, what is the return on that particular investment. Very careful while making an investment of these new investment alternatives. So these are the reasons why there is a growing importance of investment these days.